It's the 2019 Great Ontario Yield Tour. We're here at the final wrap-up event in the East in Winchester at John Jacomet's Elevator. I'm here with our special guest speaker, Ken Ferrie from Hayworth, Illinois, who owns Crop Tech Consulting. Ken, thank you for joining us here today. Ken's going to be doing our main presentation, but he's also doing an educational demo. And today, Ken, you're going to be talking to farmers about how do you evaluate hybrid plots. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so this time of year, usually there's a lot of plot days. Guys would go and maybe have a pork chop and enjoy the plot day and learn about new genetics. What we're going to be talking about today is what you can do actually out in the field. So when you come to your own plot or neighborhood plot, we're going to teach how to identify hybrid characteristics.
Okay.
So you're trying to pick the hybrid that's going to do the best for you. We'll spend some time today on leaf structure. What's it mean to be open versus closed structure? Where would you position that as you look at your hybrid selection? We'll look at plant height, we'll look at tassels, that type of thing. So you can look at your own lineup and say, okay, do they look different or do they look all the same? If they all have the same height, the same tassel, the same leaf structure, you may not be diversifying risk. You may be choosing in a narrow window.
Sure.
So part of it is diversifying risk. Then we'll also spend some time on ear type. So we'll be looking at how does a hybrid flex in kernels. So as we take populations up, ear sizes get smaller, how do they react to it? And if you know that about your variety, then you can start to think about fungicide, nitrogen, starter fertilizers, how you position your whole management program around trying to manage as many kernels as you can.
And soil type comes into play as well, correct?
Soil type will be huge. So you always want to take advantage of the heavy soils that have the ability to hang on, like we're hanging on here today without any water. That tells you got depth to this soil. Versus your sandy or gravel spots, you want to be more defensive.
Right.
So learning which part of the players that you have in your portfolio are more defensive and offensive. But putting a defensive hybrid in an offensive situation usually just doesn't get you anywhere, meaning you're going to top out in yield.
Sure.
Putting an offensive in that defensive environment, it can burn up in a year like this. So knowing why that happens sometimes keeps us from just throwing a hybrid out that didn't perform, and it didn't perform because it was positioned wrong.
Well, thank you. Welcome and enjoy the day.
You bet.